Every year, thousands of Americans pack their bags, sell their homes, and move abroad to an exciting destination and start a new life in paradise. I'm sure you're thinking about it also, which is why you're here. Well, I'm going to help you avoid these issues, because here's the shocking truth. Many of those same people end up broke, lonely, or back in the US within a year. I'm going to tell you why this happens. It is because they made the same 5 mistakes almost every retiree makes when moving overseas. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what those mistakes are, and how you can avoid every single one of them. Stay with me to the end, because mistake number 5 is the one that quietly destroys more retirements than all the others combined. You will learn how to avoid all of these and enjoy your best retirement. Welcome back to Retire Without Borders, the channel where I uncover the smartest, safest, and most affordable places in the world for Americans to retire abroad. If that's your dream too, hit subscribe, and let's make sure your retirement dream come true. Let's dive in with the first big mistake. The number 1 mistake people make when moving overseas? Moving before you've actually lived there. You tend to find yourself lost in the shuffle. Too many Americans watch a few YouTube videos like mine, see the palm trees and cheap rent and think, this is it, paradise. But here's what they don't realize. A vacation is not real life. When the glow wears off about living overseas, you get the daily grind. These things include language barriers, especially in smaller towns. You'll be dealing with banking issues in a currency you're not used to. You may have to learn to handle a strange climate that you're not prepared for. And of course, you will need to navigate the completely different healthcare system with their rules in a language that may be difficult to understand. These things all feel very different when you're living there full-time, as opposed to being a visitor. Always test drive your retirement in whatever country you feel might be where you want to move. Spend at least a few months renting before committing to a long-term move, so Bangkok traffic doesn't surprise you. You'll learn what neighborhoods feel safe, what local prices really are, and if the culture truly fits you. Remember, you're no longer a tourist but a resident, just like the rest of the locals. Of course, I have a video, listed above and linked in the description, on how to go about this. It can save you a massive headache and thousands of dollars. Now for the second mistake, healthcare. It alone can make or break your retirement abroad. Many Americans assume their Medicare will cover them overseas. Guess what? It doesn't. You are not living in the United States and need insurance for the country where you are located. Many of the countries I cover have fantastic healthcare systems, but you need to make sure you sign up correctly and meet all eligibility requirements. Others think private insurance is too expensive, so they skip it entirely. Then, one accident or medical emergency wipes out their savings. Now you're struggling to determine what to do next. Medical care is vitally important as we age. The good thing is that most countries have excellent medical care. In many cases, it is better than in the United States. Every country has a different healthcare structure. Some have excellent public care for residents, while others require private insurance. In my video on retiring in Colombia, I showed just how much less expensive healthcare in that country is. So, before you move, ask these 3 questions. How far is the nearest major hospital? You don't want to be hours away in the event of an emergency. What's the average cost of a doctor visit or prescription? This information can be easily found on Facebook groups or websites. Do they have English-speaking doctors? Many countries do have English-speaking doctors, but some don't. I have distinct memories of a 26-year-old me trying to explain to a pharmacist in broken Spanish that my wife was having stomach issues while we were on vacation in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. It was a location with not many English-speaking tourists, and I needed all the Spanish I could muster to get what she needed. A little research here can save you from the single most stressful part of living abroad, facing a medical issue in a system you don't understand. On to the next mistake. You've heard it before. Move abroad, and you can live like a king for $500 a month. In fact, I've said things like this a few times in my various videos, And sure, it can be done. I've seen it happen many times. But what I'm reading now is that prices in popular expat towns are rising quickly as more Americans move into these areas, and exchange rates can swing 10 to 20% in a single year. In my personal experience, living in Europe, I started with a very favorable exchange rate and returned with a not-so-favorable exchange rate. If your income is in US dollars but your expenses are in local currency, you're playing a constant balancing act. I'm not trying to scare you away from retiring overseas, but the reality is that you need to plan before you move. The way to avoid this mistake is to build a 20% buffer into your monthly budget. That cushion will keep you safe from inflation, exchange rates, visa renewals, or other costs that suddenly are more than you planned. Remember, retiring overseas is not just about living your cheapest life, it is about living smart and enjoying your best life abroad. Now, on to mistake number 4. This one's a silent killer of dreams, not knowing the visa rules. Far too many Americans show up on tourist visas at their chosen country and try to figure out later how to stay long-term. The problem is simple here. I know from personal experience with family and friends that countries do not want uninvited long-stay residents. If you're on a tourist visa, you are often not allowed to accomplish many of your needed tasks. You most likely can't open a bank account, you won't be able to rent an apartment long-term, and you most definitely won't be able to buy health insurance in many countries without the correct residency visa. Every country has its own categories: temporary resident, permanent resident, pensionado, investor. Each one has different income requirements, renewal periods, and privileges. Make sure you research and apply before you move. It's not glamorous, but it's the foundation of your new life abroad. So, do your research. You can find resources on what visa you'll need in your chosen country by watching my videos and checking online groups about expats. Now for the mistake number 5. This is the one I promised in the beginning. The biggest mistake, and the most painful, is isolation. Many retirees underestimate how lonely it can feel being far from family, friends, and everything familiar. Without community, that beautiful jungle paradise you dreamed of can turn into prison. Having studied in Europe for a year while at university, I know the importance of staying connected to others while living thousands of miles away from home. Some of my classmates didn't connect and became very isolated. They spent most of their time indoors and to themselves. Don't wait until you feel lonely. Build connections early. Join expat groups, learn basic local phrases, volunteer, and make friends beyond the expat bubble. The retirees who thrive abroad are the ones who belong, not just live there. You don't want to be that person who is the local hermit living alone and rarely coming outside. The world is way too exciting for that to happen. Trust me, there is much to see in this world, and it is for you to take in. And that is what makes the difference between retiring overseas and truly living overseas. Retiring abroad can be the best decision of your life, if you do it right. Avoid these 5 mistakes and you will truly enjoy your life. Spend your time planning carefully, and you'll find freedom, community, and a life richer than you ever imagined. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with someone dreaming of retiring overseas. Now I'd love to hear from you. If you plan to retire overseas, where would you go? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. Watch this video next on 10 stunning islands ready to pay you for a life of paradise. And do check out this next video popping up on the screen. It is a little geeky, but your bank account will thank you for it.